Well, hello to you from Sidney, Ohio. Um, going to talk relatively quiet in this video. Reason being is the guy that I live with, he's sound asleep. It is 1:41 a.m. I just got in probably around quarter after one, I think. And, like, I just got to share this with you guys. Um, the excitement, the the deep fulfillment of like these things that God is doing. Um, I don't know. I feel like the only way I can catch it in the moment is to shoot it in the moment. So I had a fairly eventful day. Um, I would say that I had a counseling session today, and that was awesome. I had a great time with my counselor. We hit it off great. She's a wonderful woman. She's a Christian, and yeah, it's just, we have a lot of fun together. She's a neat gal, and so in any case, that was at like 3 o'clock. I had a counseling session, and then I that ran till around 4. I stopped up at the Sidney Detective Department to see if Captain Tangerman was in. I was bringing him some more evidence on the Super 8 motel deal. He wasn't in, and then like dinner up at the. I gotta get a shot of this pavilion for you guys. Like it's where everybody gathers to eat, uh, and it's just I mean some days are better than others down there, um, but you show up and something's. I mean you're bound to have an opportunity to have a conversation with somebody. There is a super neat couple um, that they cook these dinners. So there's a place called the Alpha Center, and they do lunches, like guaranteed lunches in to-go boxes for anyone who comes and needs them. There's really no questions asked. Um, you take one box. If you're gonna take more than one, you got to kind of let them know who the other box is for. Um, I don't do many lunches. I'm usually busy about doing other things during lunchtime. But in any case, so dinner is usually around 6:30, and there's this couple that I mean I've fallen in love with them. Um, I'm gonna keep names out of it. I'm gonna always try to continue to keep names out of it to protect people's privacy. But they make like these dinners, and like I've talked with her. I'm gonna call her Tanya. Um, and Tanya, like she's, if she feels the food wasn't done right, like she gets upset about this. I mean, these are people that would otherwise not have a dinner, but this girl pours her heart into this. Like she wants it to taste good, and the efforts that both of them put in. I mean, I met. I'm gonna call him. What should I call him? Um, mm, we'll call him Enrique. No, we can't call him Enrique. That's not gonna do him justice. Let's just call him Alex. Okay, Alex and Tanya. I in my travels to and fro around town today, running errands and whatnot. I just happened to run into him. He was getting prepped to mow a lawn, and I bumped into him and just some discussions about some future work that I might be getting involved with him on. And he's like, "Yeah, meet me at the pavilion tonight. 6:30. We'll talk." And I've just become really good friends. In my opinion, like I feel that they're good friends to me, and and they do this meal prep and stuff. And what I love about it is it's not just about feeding people. It from their perspective and from mine. I mean, we're definitely hand in hand on this one. That the meal is it's an act. Okay, it's a real thing. You're providing for somebody that needs it, but it doesn't stop there. Like both Aaron, did I call him? Tanya? I forget. Um, it's not just about providing a meal, it's about providing an atmosphere that we can sit down and get to know these people and, you know, just be a part of their lives. I mean, it's a genuine, like, it's a lot of times it feels like a family meal to me, you know, like we have these big family meals like every night. I can't make it all the time, but I love it when I do. And just sitting down and talking with them tonight and talking with other folks. There was a so here's where it really kind of kicks off tonight. So there's a girl whom I'm gonna call her. What should I call her? Let's call her Tina. We'll say Tina. I met Tina. She's been roaming around town for what I've seen over maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Tina, it was quite obvious. Tina was very, very, very heavy into heroin. We would see her walking around town all kittywampus and cockeyed, and the girl was. There's a term, Aaron. If you're watching, you're gonna laugh. Okay, it's called "hard into the paint," or "tore up from the floor up." And these are terms that are used of people that are pretty hard into dope. You know, if you're hard into the paint, it means you're hitting the dope hard. Whether it's meth or heroin or spice. I mean, meth and heroin are the predominant drugs in town. But in any case, you know, watching Tanya, is that what I called her? Tina. Um, she is just messed up for a couple of weeks. So just watching her, observing her around town, Aaron and Tanya, the couple who makes the dinners. I mean, we had discussed amongst ourselves, like, dang, this girl's like, she's hitting it hard. I mean, she was messed up. Earlier today, I had stopped at the pavilion just briefly to take Tiana for a quick walk, and she rolled up on her bike. Tina. And I was like, Tina? Now, I had tried talking with this girl a couple times before. Very distant, not really wanting to engage in any conversation. She rolled up on her bike today, and I was like, was that the same girl? Like, she just had a whole different look about her. And I discovered it was Tina, and I was like, dang, girl, you're looking great. Like, well, why? You look healthy. And she just took it as a compliment, and we didn't talk, and she drove off. And so she was at dinner, and she ate dinner with us at our table. And I just asked her, you know, and I noticed she was different. She was engaging in conversation, and just she wasn't isolating herself. She's in her 20s. She's married. Husband's in jail. And I just, you know, we got to talking, and, you know, things started to dwindle down, and people started to leave. And I noticed Tina was hanging around. And there was a pile of someone's clothes that had been dropped off underneath a tree. And I heard there was rain moving in, and I was like, is this so and so's clothes, you know? And Tina's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they are. So I was like, well, we need to get it under the pavilion at least so it don't get rained on. And then Tina was like, no, I know for sure those are so and so's clothes. I said, all right, well, let's, and she's like, and I know where she stays. I said, all right, well, let's load them up in my van. Will you take me there? And Tina was like, sure, you know. This is not usual for her. She, like I said, she's very isolated, and she was just like, I mean, I seen her smile several times. And so we loaded the clothes in my van. We took them over to you know, where the gal was staying who owned the clothes, or supposedly staying. We knew that we were at least in a safe place. I met the guy there, elderly man. And then I know, like, Tiana, I had left Tiana home, and I knew she needed to go. She just wasn't feeling well today, so I left her home. And but I knew she needed to go potty. It was that time. I just asked Tina. I said, "Hey, you want to go walk Tiana with me? I mean, she needs to go potty, you know." And I mean, where I'm living is only 5 minutes away from the pavilion. She was like, "Sure," you know. So drove home here. Um, it was neat. It was an opportunity because as I was walking up the sidewalk, I seen Janet, who's an 80-some-year-old woman who she's like my grandmother. We have a great, I mean, I talk to her every single day. And I give her a hug and a kiss almost every single day. And we always tell each other we love each other. And it's a very neat thing with her. So I got to introduce her to her. And I noticed when I approached the door, she wasn't looking right, this elderly woman. I came to the door with a little bit of caution just because she didn't look right. And now Tina's with me. So she's observing all this. And I opened the door. I said, "Are you okay?" And she said, my legs are weak. I don't feel quite right, you know." And I said, "Well, let's sit down." And we kind of moved into the house and sat her down. And I said, "Have you eaten? Or what happened? Why?" I mean, so she proceeded to tell me that she washed all the windows and that the smells from the washing the windows had gotten to her. And I mean, I just put two and two together real quick, and I thought she was dehydrated, weak in the legs, um, dizzy, very basic signs of dehydration. So I opened her fridge. She had a Gatorade in there, you know, like a whole 6 pack of Gatorades, and the good size Gatorades too. I mean, they were let's see, they were good size. Um, and I brought it to her and I said, I have to take the dog for a walk. I want you to drink all this while I'm gone. And she said, "There's no way I can drink that, Jim. It's just way too much." And I said, "Well, you just got to try." And so then I took Tina and Tiana and we went for a walk. We went for a good long walk. And she's quiet. She doesn't talk much, but I got to talk with her. And then after bringing Tiana home after our walk, um, oh, we needed to go to the grocery store. Well, I did. For the gentleman I'm living with, I needed to pick up some butter and some sugar. And Tina was like, "I'll come along, and whatever." And it is a neat opportunity. I'm very cautious. I still am a married man, although I'm going in a divorce right now. Technically, I'm still married. I haven't seen my wife for 18 months now, but we're technically still married, and biblically still married. Um, so I'm very. I mean, I treat these girls like sisters. So I went to the grocery store, and I made it a point to treat her like a lady. I opened the doors for her. Um, when we're driving, are you cold? Do you need a sweatshirt or something? Um, it's just a wonderful opportunity to show a young lady how she should be treated. Um, and I don't know. I mean, I enjoy doing it. I enjoy doing these things, and it just turned into a real nice night with a friend. And she she wasn't shy about grabbing my iPhone and picking up music. I had some music playing on my iPhone, but she decided that she wanted something else playing, and she likes country. She had country on, and after we had picked up the groceries, we had to make another stop. Oh, and she wanted me to show. She wanted to show me her childhood home, and we did that. And then she told me about a song she wanted to play for me, and it was a song that she had sung for her mom and dad. And it tore me up a bit uh, because it was really about how she was sorry for failing her mom and dad. Um, yeah. So Tina's trying to get off dope. She's cut way, 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 way back. Hence the reason why she looked so darn healthy to me and not like she was all twacked out. Yeah, I mean, it turned out to be a real neat night. I ended up dropping her off with a man who I know would take care of her. I trust him. He's pretty well trusted in the community. He's part of the homeless community. He's a pretty cool dude. So we did no. Then while we were at the gas station, I was dropping her off there with this other fella. This dude had crashed his bike and he had blood all over running down the side of his face. Was not high. I mean, he wasn't. He was actually working with his wife on painting a property for somebody, and he ran to the gas station to get some drinks, some Gatorades or whatever. And he was coming down a hill, and it was a hard corner, and one thing led to another. Next thing you know, he flipped off his bike, and he slit his head open pretty good. And his name, we'll call him Brian. Um, and I don't know, I just, he is the, I mean, it's my brother, I mean, he's a human being. And I walked up on him and I just said, hey, you all right? And he said, well, just can you run in the gas station? I can't run in there right now. Give me a pack of cigarettes. He gave me the money. I went in and got him cigarettes, lit him up a cigarette so he could calm down. And he's pretty shaken. And he let me look at his head. It was pretty bad. I don't think it needed stitches. I mean, cosmetically probably would have been a good idea, but I mean, I know how these people can't afford stuff like that. So I did my best to clean him up. Didn't know what this guy. I mean, I never met this guy in my life, and it was just it was a guy to guy thing. A brother to brother. Like guys know how to take care of each other. And I did. I mean, I wiped all the blood off him. I got him all cleaned up, and he was just like, man, I don't know how to thank you. Like you just I don't even know you, and you come and clean all the blood up off me, or whatever. And I think he just felt like, hey, you're a dude. I'm a dude. I'll take care of you, bro. And I did. And he thanked me, and I said, you know what, man, I just gotta tell you, I'm a Christian, and thank God, because God put me here for you tonight. And so, just a little plug, whatever. Certainly, probably memorable for him. And then I came home, and I didn't get home till, like I said, I think it was quarter after one. No, it was a little earlier than that, maybe 12:45. Because here's what happened next. In a previous video, you're going to recall that I talked about a guy who went off on me because I interrupted his lifestyle, so to speak. Threatened to slit my belly open, throwing punches at me, yada, yada, yada. Nothing connected, but in any case, I text him. No, I message him when I pulled into the parking lot because he lives right here. And I said, hey, you want to share, go out and come outside and have a cigarette with me and talk. And he got back to me, and, I think within the next 10 minutes we hooked up and we sat outside and we talked. And I love this guy. There's been conflict, yeah, hard conflict. But I have a love for him, and I see what I see what he could become, and I look at him through those eyes by choice. And we had a good half-hour conversation, and I just pled with him, and he literally said things to me like, Jim, like, I gotta start making some different life choices. Like, I don't like myself, and I need to make some changes. This is the same guy, right? Like, this is what I want to communicate to you guys. Like, this is crazy. So, I just, I didn't pull out Bible scripture, nothing. I mean, I used my testimony. I used some things God did in my life to change me. I just communicated to him that I love him, and I see what God could do with him. And at the same time, I just flat out told him, you have to take steps of repentance. That's the first way of coming towards God, is you must begin to disagree with your current way of life and agree that there's a different way, and that different way is found in God. And being willing to turn from your life, the way you're living it, and turn towards a different way. I mean, that's what repentance is. And that different way must be based on God's word. And I just asked him, I said, would you let me pray for you? He said, absolutely, Jim, absolutely. And I prayed for him, I think, for probably 10 minutes straight. And I was before the throne of God. And I was there. And the prayer was neat. I mean, I take my time in prayer. I'm cautious about what I'm talking to God about. This is the creator of the universe I'm speaking with. I don't want to come up there flippantly and just start, blowing smoke out my lips. So when I pray, I've learned to slow way down. I think about every word that I'm about to speak to God. And when I speak it confidently. We ended that prayer. He hugged me, I hugged him, and it was not a quick hug. I mean, it was a bro hug. We hung on there for a little bit, not in a weird way. And he just said, "I love you, Jim." I said, "I love you, man. Like, I love you. Like, God's gonna do something with you." And that's how the night ended. And I just excuse me. I had to come in here and shoot a video. Like, I can't keep letting these events happen, like these movements of God. This is a guy that wanted to cut my belly open like less than a week ago or something, and now I'm praying over him. Like this is I can't tell you how fun. Yes, stressful at times, big time stressful at times, but how fun it is to be leading this life where I'm just throwing my life at God. Like, God, I don't care anymore. I don't care what people think. I don't. All I care about, God, is you. Like, you're the only one that has not ever failed me, God, and I'm just throw my life at you, and what you do with it, what you do with it. And man, God has exploded in my life. Just the sincere trust that I'm having in Him, the quick prayers like, oh God, what do I do here? Willing to go beyond the boxes that I have outlined my life in sometimes that were not necessarily biblical, just kind of rules I had made up for my own life. And willing to, I don't throw them all out the door, but I cautiously open those boxes up at times. And I'm like, dang, God showed up right there in a box that I used to have closed off. And He was there. So this isn't about teaching anything tonight. It's just sharing. Like, I just had to shoot a video and share with you guys what God did today, just in one typical. And there was other things that happened in there too as well, like that girl maybe I told you, that girl, we pulled her clothes. We ended up delivering that. She's a hard cookie. I asked her in the van. I was like, all right, so we're going to call her Kathy. And Kathy has gotten into arguments with me before, big time. And I said, Kathy, I said, listen. I said, am I cool with you? She said, you know what, Bub, you're all right. This chick is hardcore. I mean, she's tough. And just, she saw, man, this guy wouldn't snatch my clothes up and made sure that they were somewhere where they were safe. Because her clothes had gotten thrown out of another guy's car. I don't know why he did that. I kind of respect this guy. I don't know why he chucked her clothes out. Probably for a good reason. Don't know what it was, but I know the guy, and I don't think he would just chuck somebody's clothes out. In any case, so it's just one thing after another, after another, after another. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably 6 more interactions tonight that I had. And I'm kind of building a reputation around town, I mean, I'm here to help. And I don't want nothing for it. So in any case, I'm going to leave it at that. Just want to share this with you. Let you guys know I'm doing just fine. Yeah, I'm broke, but that's okay. Except for my insurance payment. Like, I'm getting pretty nervous about that. That could shut my ability to drive down. And I need to pay that. And still hoping that I can get some tripods pretty soon, but we'll see. God will provide in good time, and I'll be patient in the interim period. But love you guys. This channel is kind of fun. It's an experiment. See where it goes. I know so far, I just checked before I shot this video, I have over 1.5 thousand views of my video so far. And I just started this channel like around 5 or 6 weeks ago. And just to know that, 1.5 thousand, did I say million? 1.5 thousand people have already viewed, or there's been 1.5 thousand hits. The unique viewers is somewhere in the neighborhood of, I want to say, 600, maybe 550 to 600 unique viewers. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see where it goes, guys. Appreciate you who watch. I hope this is doing something for you. It's exciting. I'm excited to see what God's doing. And I don't know. I mean, where God's leading me, but day by day I'm following Him, and day by day it's a pretty neat thing. So love you all, miss you all, and we'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye. Well, I hope that was a help to you in some way. If you're interested, you can subscribe to my channel here. You can see one of my latest video posts, or you can see what I used to do for a living. Thank you. Bye.